Good afternoon and welcome inside Wallace Pool here at Hardwick Hall and Blair Academy. Alongside Sean Lerman and Derek Raymond, I'm Tom Monfiletto, getting set to bring you some Blair swimming action against the Pennington School. And we're just about to start with the 200 medley relay. So Blair team coming in, a boys team coming in at 4-2 on the season. The girls team is 5-1 on the season, and they're about to take on a very, very strong Pennington Red Raider team. A lot of people excited for this match, getting ready for it all season long. And we're going to take a look at two specific swimmers on Blair's team for the subject of our Strive Spotlight. Jay Buzan actually went to Pennington for 4 years. He's a postgraduate at Blair. It's his first year swimming. He is their sprint freestyler, one of the fastest, most explosive swimmers on the Blair squad. And on the girls' side, Grace Middleton is only a sophomore, but she is the top freestyler and flyer for this Blair Academy team. So look for Buzan and Middleton to really make a name for themselves in this swim meet today as they take on a very, very tough Pennington team. Let's introduce you to the rest of the Blair Academy swimmers.
Hi, I'm Mallory Fahey, and I'm from Blairstown, New Jersey.
I'm Mi Jun, and I'm from Hong Kong.
Will Robinson, Hong Kong.
Hi, I'm Grace Middleton, and I'm from Hellertown, PA.
Paco Rubio, I'm from Summit, New Jersey.
Emily Insana, Englewood Cliffs.
Kay O'Connor from Greenville, South Carolina.
Kevin Pierce, Hong Kong.
I'm Casey Whitty, and I'm from Blairstown, New Jersey.
I'm Karen Street, and I'm from Monmouth Beach.
Hi, my name is Emily Choi, and I'm from Korea.
My name is Alexandra Sipples, and I'm from Sparta, New Jersey.
Jay Buzan, Pennington, New Jersey.
I'm Shay Lawless from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
John Vincent Lewis, St. Michael's, Maryland.
I'm Morgan Wolsworth, and I'm from Adara, Kazakhstan. I'm Elizabeth Sexton from South Carolina.
I'm Spencer Voss. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Matt Collins, Manhasset, New York.
Bryn Rhodes from New York City. Hi, I'm Kathleen Berrytoon. I'm from Green Township, New Jersey.
Derek Tumani, Italia.
Brian Stiefel, Frelinghuysen, New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Bobby Tanakathan, and I'm from Thailand.
Min Jiayang, China.
Brooke Langevin, Blairstown, New Jersey.
Chris Berrytoon, Green Township, New Jersey.
My name is John Robinson, and I'm from Hong Kong.
Alfred Kuhn, I'm from Hong Kong, China.
Tommy Pierce, Stockholm, Sweden.
So there they are, your Blair Academy swimmers getting set to take on Pennington today. Some serious Hong Kong representation, some young swimmers coming in for Blair. And to start off the day, we have the 200 medley relay. And here are the lane assignments. The Blair lanes will be 1, 3, and 5. The Pennington lanes will be 2, 4, and 6. And swimming for Blair will be Karen Shee, Shay Lawless, Grace Middleton, and Kay O'Connor. And in lane 5, Morgan Molesworth, Sam Shaw, Elizabeth Sexton, and Mallory Fahey. For Pennington, Davies, Fitzgerald, Cly, and Bonfield. So we will start with the 200 medley relay, which includes such strokes as, I'm going to find it here, and the correct order coming up here in just a few seconds. So we're going to have the 200 medley relay, then we have the 200 IM, and the medley relay will be back, breast, fly, and then free. For the individual medley, it is the fly, back, breast, and free. So back, breast, fly, free for the medley relay. For the individual medley, it is fly, back, breast, and free. We're going to go from the 200 medley relay to the 200 free, to the 200 individual medley, to 50 free, 100 fly, 100 free, 500 free, 200 free relay, 100 back, 100 breast, and then we will cap it off with the 400 free relay. So the swimmers are about to set their marks. And we will have the scores set up for you as they man the blocks. Here. On Tuesday, we'll be back here at Blair Academy for a basketball game against Pope John. Looking over to my right, I see the fullback for the Blair Academy Maple League Championship football team, Chris Wilson, cheering on as the swimmers get ready to go here. So on there, some swimmers that are swimming for the first time here today. No, I'm sorry, not for the first time. For the first time this year. J.V. Lewis is one of them. He's a football player for Blair Academy who took up swimming this year. Jay Buzan, who we said spent 4 years at Pennington, swimming in his first year here, and he's doing a great job for Blair. Also Derek Dumani, who's a postgraduate, brought in to play soccer, or came into the school to play soccer, and now he's joining the swim team from Pompton Lakes via Italia. Swimmers are in the water. And they are off. We're going to start with the back. There goes breaststroke, fly, free. Lane 3 for Blair, Karen Shee, and lane 5 is Morgan Molesworth, the freshman. Davies with a good start for Pennington. She gets an early lead for the Red Raiders. Fitzgerald waiting on the block. And the next stroke will be the breaststroke. So Fitzgerald gets about halfway down the pool in her dive. Shay Lawless in lane 3 for the Buccaneers. Sam Shaw trying to gain ground in lane 5. That's Fitzgerald building a sizable lead here for Pennington. Good steady stroke by Fitzgerald, and a great job by Shay Lawless to gain some ground as Grace Middleton dives into the water for Blair. And this will be the butterfly portion, and Grace Middleton is making up some serious ground here. This is Cly in for Pennington. And Middleton almost neck and neck, and it looks like Middleton's about to pull away. Grace Middleton, what a job she's doing right now. Kay O'Connor waiting to dive in for the freestyle, and Blair takes the lead. Neck and neck. It's Bonfield and O'Connor. Bonfield with a slight lead. And Bonfield is moving. Great turn. Bonfield's about a body length ahead of O'Connor. And Bonfield is pulling away quickly. And that'll be the winner there in 1 minute, 58 seconds. So that's a great job by Pennington. Grace Middleton making it a close race, but Pennington able to pull away as Mallory Fahey finishes it up for Blair in lane 5. But the story of that race, Carrie Bonfield, is a junior. And an excellent job right there. So Pennington will take the first heat. Official times, 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 2 minutes and 7 seconds, then 2 minutes and 22 seconds for the 200 medley relay. So Pennington gets on the board first. As we head to the men's portion of the 200 medley relay. And they are off. Chris Berry-Toon in lane 3 for Blair. Matt Collins in lane 5 for Blair. Matt Collins, the captain of this Blair Academy team. And moving is McDougal and Freeman for Pennington. Freeman off to an early lead as Chris Berry-Toon right behind him. Hopping into the pool, Alfred Poon right after Chris Berry-Toon. Ryan Stiefel in lane 5. Jack's brother Will Freeman keeping a sizable lead for Pennington as Alfred Poon trying to gain ground here for the Buccaneers. Freeman is moving. La Madrid in next for the butterfly. And La Madrid will take off for Pennington. Beautiful strokes out of La Madrid. John Robinson, one of the strongest swimmers for the Buccaneers, trying to gain some ground here for Blair. Bobby Tanaklethon in lane 5 for the Bucks. And lane 5 for Blair to finish it off is Kennedy. I'm sorry, for Pennington is Kennedy. Just trailing is Paco Rubio for Blair. So it looks like Pennington is going to take this one once again. And just behind is Paco Rubio. So Kennedy will take it home. Or I'm sorry, that is Mercando for Pennington. So the medley team of both Freemans, La Madrid, and Mercando will take it home for Pennington. So Pennington to win the first 200 medley relays here to start the swim meet off, and Pennington comes out to an early lead. Let's take a look at the results. Official times 1:54, 1:56, 2:04, and 2:05 as the next race is about to start. This is the 200 free. And they are off in the middle lanes for Blair. Catherine Berrytoon in lane 3, Morgan Molesworth in lane 5, and Sam Shaw in lane 1. Sullivan off to a great start for Pennington as she maintains the early lead. Catherine Berrytoon just behind her. This is a 200 freestyle. Carrie Bonfield and Pitteresi are in lanes 4 and 2, respectively, for Pennington. And this is a sizable lead for Sullivan. Megan Sullivan, just a freshman, is cruising right now. Bringing up second place, Catherine Berrytoon for Blair. And Sullivan almost a half a pool lead over Berrytoon. Molesworth in lane 5 for Blair. Sam Shaw in lane 1. And Megan Sullivan will take it home for the Red Raiders. So Pennington, 3 races in a row. They have the lead. And coming in for Blair is Catherine Berrytoon. Molesworth finishes for Blair. Shaw finishes for Blair. And we're just waiting for Pitteresi, and Bonfield, Carrie Bonfield finishes for Pennington. So first place goes to Pennington, second and third place go to Blair. We have Pederesi finishing it up here. I'm sorry, I was saying it was Megan Sullivan. It was Carrie Bonfield who took it home for the Red Raiders. So Carrie Bonfield finishes with a high score of 230. As the men will start up now in the same event. So 200 free. John Robinson and Kevin Pierce will be competing for the Buccaneers. Martinez, Rizzuto, and Freeman for the Red Raiders. Rizzuto in lane 4, Freeman in lane 2, Martinez in lane 6. For Blair, John Robinson in lane 4, and Kevin Pierce in lane 2. Rizzuto out to an early lead for Pennington. Right behind him is John Robinson, the freshman from Hong Kong. Brother Will, not able to make the meet, is Freeman. Rizzuto maintaining a sizable lead, John Robinson chasing. John Robinson is now neck and neck with Freeman as Rizzuto begins to pull away. Freeman and Robinson, and then the top 2 lanes you have Pierce and Martinez, who are basically neck and neck. And really what it comes down to is how, maybe not so much number 1, but how the other 4 swimmers shape out in their competition as their teammates are cheering them on the entire time. Rizzuto cruising for the Red Raiders. Rizzuto finishes. Rizzuto takes it home for the Red Raiders. And at the top of the screen, you saw Martinez getting 4th place for Pennington. So Pennington, another good showing, as the touchpad did not register for lane 1 because nobody's in lane 1. So the winning score, just under 2 minutes, 1 minute and 58 seconds. Take a look at it right now. 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 2 minutes and 4 seconds. 2 minutes 11 seconds. 2 minutes 21 seconds. We're at 8-6. We will add them all together as we move on to the 200 IM for the girls. Shay Lawless and Elizabeth Sexton will be competing for Blair. Brunk, Davies, and Martinez will be competing for Pennington. As they will go fly back breast free for this one. Stepping onto the block. And ready to dive. Davies is off to the early lead for Pennington in lane 4. Right behind her on either side are Lawless and Sexton. So now to the backstroke portion. Lawless and Sexton are about neck and neck, trying to chase down Davies. Meredith Davies, a sophomore for Pennington, now building her lead. Davies is off to the races. This is now time for the breaststroke, as Lawless and Sexton flanking Davies on either side. Steady pace with one another. Shay Lawless gaining some ground here in the breaststroke. She gets a little bit ahead of Elizabeth Sexton. Lawless and Sexton ahead of their Pennington counterparts on the outside, but totally in control. 35-25 is the overall score here. The women are tied at 15. The men for Pennington have a score of 20. The Blair men have a score of 10. And Davies will finish up. Katie Martinez will follow for Pennington, and Brunk on the opposite side will bring in 5th place. So far, Pennington has gotten 1st place in every single race. Well, Blair has gotten at an official time of 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Davies brings home 1st place for Pennington. Coming up next, we have the 200 medley for the boys, as Yoon Freeman and Alfred Poon, a junior from Hong Kong. Races that we've had so far. It's Freeman in the lead for Pennington, flanked on either side by Berrytoon and Poon, both for Blair, and neck. In lane 2 for Pennington, at the top of your screen, you see Alfred Poon and Kevin Yoon for Pennington, battling it. Chris Berrytoon and Derek Gimbel, neck and neck at the bottom of the screen. And Freeman onto the... They are literally within a stroke of one another. Martinez gaining some ground. Martinez, Berrytoon, and Gimbel. Of Gimbel and, I'm sorry, that's Gimbel and Yoon. I had said Martinez earlier. But a good job, good fight by Chris Berrytoon. And
was close, very close. Berrytoon edging it out though at the turn for the second half of the freestyle.
For the girls, Grace Middleton, Kay O'Connor, Mallory Fahey will be competing for Blair. Some serious excitement in lane 4 is Cly. Lane 3 for Blair is Grace Middleton. And Middleton and Cly are neck and neck as it is, as they come. Lauren Cly takes the 50 free in 2nd place. That's Grace Middleton for the Buccaneers.
That length of a hand court too.
So it was a good heat for both sides. For the Red Raiders will be Bunn, Palumbi, and Gordon. And for Blair, Paco Rubio, Jay Buzan, and Ryan. And they are off by Buzan. And Palumbi's going to take it. So a good sprint. Palumbi getting 2nd place. Coming in 2nd. I believe that was Gordon that came in.
His counterpart in lane 6 by 1/100th.
So that was the 50 free. We're going to go and every single heat. But Blair still in this one because 2nd place, 3rd place finishes. And we're seeing he wanted to get out of his swimmers, and he highlights some of the swim.
We've got a whole group of new young swimmers, so we went 4 and 4 last year. We hope we can break 500 at least this year, maybe get a winning season. For the girls, Shay Lawless is a terrific competitor. She swims the 200 IM and the breaststroke for us. We have Grace Middleton, a sophomore. She is a freestyler and a flyer. She's got lots of potential. Helps us out in meets, earns points, wins races. We have this year a new swimmer, Karen Schur, who is an IMer and a backstroker, and we expect her to do big things for us this year. I think the biggest strength of the squad is just the spirit of the kids. They're a great bunch. Swimmers always tend to be because it's such an individual sport. But when they come together as a team, and they're very unified, great spirit, good sense of humor, and they encourage each other from lane to lane. They encourage each other. They'll watch, they'll look out for each other. And in that regard, it really is a team sport. Even though every event is essentially individual, it becomes a team sport because they're all pulling for one another. I hope they remember it fondly and remember it as a fun experience. That it was worthwhile, that they got something out of it. They certainly were fitter than they were at the beginning of the season, but that they had some fun along the way.
And as we said, Blair coming into this game, the boys coming into this meet, the boys are 4 and 2 on the year, and the girls are 5 and 1 on the season. Taking a look at the results thus far, their very first meet against Pope John, both the boys and the girls took a loss against Rutgers Prep. It was a double duel, and they took it home 91-79. So it was a co-ed meet, and so the total was 91-79, and Blair took that one home for their first victory. December 11th against Vernon, the boys lost by 1.5 points, 84.5-83, and the girls wound up winning 110-50, so a convincing win for the girls. Against Wallkill, the boys won 124-35, and the girls won 95-75, so convincing wins on both sides. January 13th, they took on Belvedere, and that was a 132-37 overall win. And then on the 15th, they took on the Hunt School, and they earned a 135-35 win as well on the same day that the basketball team took down the Hunt School by a score of 53-19. So that was a good day for Blair. Today shaping up to be a good day for Pennington, but Blair's still in it. As the men, we have the score set up to show you the total, but the men for Pennington are leading 43-19, and the women for Pennington are leading 35-27, and we will take a look at the final scoreboard here, or the cumulative scoreboard, as we reset ours. You see there the men with a convincing lead for Pennington, and the women a little bit closer on the women's side, but we've seen some excellent swimming so far from both squads. Chris Berrytoon doing a phenomenal job for Blair. He is only a freshman. He's from Andover, New Jersey. His sister Catherine is also a member of the swim team. Berrytoon, John Robinson, some serious young talent here for the Buccaneers. Coming up, we have some more meets to round out the winter season here. They will be playing Kittatinny on January 22nd. That'll be home. On January 25th, we'll travel to Hill. January 29th, they will take on High Point, and that will be presented by Strive once again. So we will be back to stream that one. And that'll be a home meet, obviously, inside Wallace Pool. Then they'll have the States at Lawrenceville for the boys, and the girls' States will take place the next day, February 4th, which I believe is a Saturday, and then the 5th, I think that's in the middle of the week. I think the 4th is a Tuesday, and the 5th is a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be the States at Lawrenceville, and then that weekend, which will be the Saturday, it will be the Maple Tournament, and that will be at Petty, and Petty's brand new swim center. So that's a look at the rest of the upcoming schedule for the Blair Buccaneers, as we take a look at Elizabeth Sexton here for the Bucks. It's a senior from Spartansburg, South Carolina. And she has competed today in the, or she will be competing in the 100 fly to start off the next portion of events here. She was in the 200 IM, a strong swimmer for Blair. She also competed in the medley relay. So we're going to go ahead and go over the kind of run of events here as intermission winds down here. So we just finished the 50 free. We now have the 100 fly, followed by the 100 free, then the 500 free, the 200 free relay, the 100 back, the 100 breast, and we will finish with the 400 free relay. And competing in those events for Blair, for the 100 fly, we have Grace Middleton and Elizabeth Sexton. That'll start us off here in just a minute. The 100 free, we will have Karen Shee, Kay O'Connor, Mallory Fahey. The 500 free, Catherine Berrytoon, Morgan Molesworth. The 200 free relay will be Elizabeth Sexton, Kay O'Connor, Sam Shaw, Morgan Molesworth in lane 3, and then in lane 5, Casey Whitty, Alex Sipples, Bryn Rhodes, and Emily Insana. Then for the 100 back, Karen Shee and Bryn Rhodes. For the 100 breast, Shay Lawless, Sam Shaw, Casey Whitty. And for the 400 free relay, Grace Middleton, Catherine Berrytoon, Karen Shee, Shay Lawless. In lane 3, in lane 5, Alex Sipples, Bryn Rhodes, Emily Insana, and Mallory Fahey. For the boys, starting off for the 100 fly, we have John Robinson and Matt Collins. Matt Collins, the captain from Long Island. The 100 free will follow Jay Buzan, Kevin Pierce, Ryan Stiefel. Jay Buzan will be in lane 3. Kevin Pierce from Hong Kong will be in lane 5. And Ryan Stiefel from Freelandheisen, New Jersey, will be in lane 1. For the 500 free, Chris Berrytoon. It's a long distance, really high endurance heat. Chris Berrytoon is well fit for that. Spencer Voss will also be competing. He'll be in lane 5. The 200 free relay will be Alfred Poon, Matt Collins, Jay Buzan, and Kevin Pierce in lane 3. And then in lane 5, J.V. Lewis making his debut today, as well as Derek Dumani, Tommy Pierce, and Bobby Tanakolthon. The 100 back will feature Paco Rubio in lane 3, Spencer Voss in lane 5. And the 100 breast will have Alfred Poon going in lane 3, Matt Collins in lane 5. And then for the 400 free relay, will be Kevin Pierce, Chris Berrytoon, Jay Buzan, John Robinson in lane 3, Tommy Pierce, Derek Dumani, Spencer Voss, and Ryan Stiefel in lane 5. So we'll go over the score once again. The boys for Pennington lead 43-19. The women lead 35-37. But with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heats to go, plenty of time for Blair to make up some points here. So the girls are getting set to go here for the 100 fly. And we do have a timer on screen. It is not the official time, so stay tuned. We will show you the official time on these Blair scoreboards. Some high-tech machinery in the pool here at Wallace Pool inside Hardwick Hall. The boys basketball team will be playing in a tournament today as they take on perennial powerhouse St. Anthony's. So this Blair boys basketball team has had an outstanding season so far. Their only loss coming to Newark Eastside, who was a member of the Tournament of Champions last year. Kind of an off game for the Buccaneers, but they've been rolling all season long. I believe they averaged somewhere around 73 points per game, which is really
unheard of.
I mean, unheard of for a 32-minute game. So an exciting day for them today. I saw Mario Shayak in the hallway. He was all business, didn't even smile. So he was excited to go. And we'll be back here at Blair Academy on Tuesday to take on Pope John. And Pope John, 6'9", Big East, SEC, ACC prospect in Mustafa Jang. So that should be a good one as well. Make sure to tune into that. Head to blair.edu to get the link for it. And we are about to start here for the 100 fly. And they are off. In lane 3 is Carrie Bonfield, who did an outstanding job in the 200 free earlier today. And starting off with an early lead for Blair is that's Grace Middleton in lane 3. Lane 4 is Carrie Bonfield. So Middleton, one of the best flyers on this Blair team. She will win the first 50 meters and head off in the opposite direction, try to take this one home for Blair's first place finish of the day.
Yeah, after 50, she's leading by just under 2 seconds.
Elizabeth Sexton in lane 5 for the Bucks. And Middleton builds her lead. Now she's cruising. Grace Middleton about 2 to 3 body lengths ahead of Bonfield, and Middleton will take this one home for the Bucks. Bonfield will bring in second place. In lane 5 is Elizabeth Sexton for the Bucks. She will finish up. In lane 2 for Pennington will be Martinez. And then in lane 6 is Brunk, who will finish it up here for the Red Raiders. So Blair gets their first place finish of the day in the 100 butterfly, and that is sophomore Grace Middleton, who is an excellent sprinter, but she's also, the butterfly is where she excels the most in the pool. So coming up for Blair Academy here for the 100 fly in the boys division, we have John Robinson and Matt Collins. John Robinson will be in lane 3, Matt Collins will be in lane 5. And then we'll have An, Rizzuto, and Mercando for the Red Raiders. So gaining a little bit of ground for the girls is Grace Middleton. Elizabeth Sexton also doing a great job. As the boys get on the blocks, Pennington now leading with an overall score of 78 to 46. And they're going. Rizzuto gets out to an early lead. John Robinson and Mercando neck and neck in lanes 2 and 3 for Blair and Pennington. Rizzuto, as he did in the 200 free, getting out to a significant lead. At the top of your screen in lane 6 is On for Pennington. Lane 5, Matt Collins for the Buccaneers.
Rizzuto now a full second ahead of closest competitor Robinson in lane 3. That's looking like it's stretched out. Have around a length on him.
Robinson trying to gain some ground here, and he is. But Robinson making this one a lot closer than Rizzuto would like. Down to the finish, and Rizzuto gets it. Robinson comes in about a half second behind him. At the top of your screen is On for Pennington. Coming in is Matt Collins for Blair to take 5th place. So another good heat there. John Robinson giving Rizzuto all he can handle. And Pennington will take 1st place in this, as the next one we move to is the 100 free. Karen Shee, Kay O'Connor, and Mallory Fahey will compete for the Buccaneers. Balsh, Cly, and Campbell for the Red Raiders. So the score for the women, 42 to 36 in favor of Pennington. Blair can take the lead in this heat.
Cly put a number on him in the 50 free, so expect something similar for the 100.
$85-55 is the overall score here as the girls take the block for the 100 free, and this should be an exciting one. Karen Shee in lane 3 for the Bucks. Cly has the early lead in lane 4 for Pennington.
Gets out to a very quick start right now. You can see she's already nearly a full length, over a full length now after the first 25 meters, approaching the 50-yard mark, and it's going to be Cly 27.19 and she 29.33. So over 2-second differential already.
O'Connor and Balsh at the top of your screen, fighting it out in lanes 5 and 6. Karen Shee in a comfortable second place now. Down here in lane 1, Mallory Fahey for the Buccaneers. As Lauren Cly will finish in first for Pennington. And in second place, Karen Shee. Third for Pennington in lane 2 is Campbell. So Pennington will take this one once again and build to their lead. As the boys coming up for Blair, we'll have Jay Bouzan, Kevin Pierce, and Ryan Stiefel. And for Pennington, Kennedy, Palumbi, and Gordon. Palumbi had one of the more impressive outings in the 50 free earlier as he took that one home. Looks to continue the trend here in the 100. Blair in the odd lanes, Pennington in the even ones. I don't know if that helps for you at home.
Lane 6 being the furthest away from the viewers right now, at the top left of the screen. Lane 1, bottom right.
96-60 is actually the overall score. Women's score about to be updated. As before the last race started, they were up 42-36. So for the boys right now, it stands at 54-24. And now they just updated the score, so it was 53-41 for the women. And the boys are on the block for the Bucks. And in the water. Palumbi getting a huge push. And do not count out Andrew Gordon in lane 2 for the Red Raiders. Andrew Gordon finished in second place in the 50 free.
Staying with Palumbi right now, off to a half a length.
Gordon, one of the 4 members of the 200 medley relay last year that set a record for Pennington. And it looks like Gordon and Palumbi are the ones that are going to be racing for first.
25 seconds at the halfway mark for Palumbi.
Jay Bouzan in lane 3 in third place for the Bucks. In lane 5 is Kevin Pierce. And then at the bottom of your screen, lane 1, Ryan Stiefel. Ryan Stiefel comes in just under a minute. Finishing it out for Pennington is Kennedy, as Palumbi will take first, followed by Andrew Gordon. So another good race for Pennington.
Jay Bouzan coming in third for Blair.
We'll move right into the 500 free. So this will be Catherine Berry-Toon, Morgan Molesworth for Blair, Sullivan Davies, and Pederesi for Pennington. This is a bit of a longer one. 8 total laps.
Give us time to breathe, Tom.
A little bit. So I certainly wouldn't be breathing if I was doing 500 meters or yards in the water.
So you'll see once the race gets going and we pan over to the left, you'll see teammates of each of the swimmers in the lane with lap numbers that they put in the water for them to see.
Very helpful.
Helps them maintain pace or something like that. We're off and running, swimming.
We're off and swimming. I like that. We should patent that. So the pace, obviously a little bit slower, as you can imagine. as they have 8 total laps to complete here. In lane 4 for Pennington is Megan Davies.
I believe it's Meredith Davies.
Meredith Davies. Thank you, Derek. Staying right with her, Catherine Berrytoon for the Buccaneers. A nice, comfortable pace here from Davies. Sullivan, the top of your screen in lane 6, and lane 2, Pitteresi for Pennington. Morgan Molesworth in lane 5 for the Buccaneers. Really quick, steady pace out of Berrytoon and Davies as they're working on their 5th lap right now. 3 more to go. We'll see if they begin to pick up the pace here in the bottom half. Coach George Ward pacing the side of the pool, giving out some guidance to his swimmers. Things are going pretty well for Pennington here today. Molesworth with a nice steady pace in lane 5. It's Catherine Berrytoon starting to pick up the pace now. For Blair. I think my math is off. I thought it was 8. It's clearly more than 8 laps.
It's
am I right?
You have a 25-meter length,
right,
pool. So
4 is 100. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 laps. Way more than 8. My goodness. I did go to the Hun School, not Blair.
So you can see in lane 4 right now, Meredith Davies doing her approaching her 11th lap. So we're just over halfway.
I wonder, Derek, when you used to swim, is there an idea when you would do long distance? Is there an idea that would remain in your head that you would think about to keep you going throughout this whole time?
I was never any good, and my only thought was I didn't want my body to shut down.
Okay.
So keep breathing.
That's good.
You'll notice, you know, their wakes are much smaller because they're moving. They're just moving slower to preserve their energy over the course of the event. So, you know, you do everything you can to balance the pace and to try and make it to the end.
And it's all about just controlling your heart rate, controlling your breathing.
Exactly.
You can find a nice comfort zone, and then when needed, kick it into high gear.
You see Davies, she may not need, I don't think she's going for any personal best records right now, but it looks like she's making a little bit more splash. She's actually picking it up, and you can see her teammate with the lap counter emphatically shaking it, trying to encourage her.
This is really where your teammates can get involved.
Yeah, so as we approach our 16th length of the pool, 4 more to go. She clocks in at 4 minutes, 32 seconds.
A really, really good pace, and a great pace out of Berrytoon as well.
Just 2 seconds behind.
Catherine Berrytoon, only a freshman out of Andover, New Jersey.
Wow.
Brother Chris, you've seen today in a couple of races. As we hear the bell.
Okay.
And the bell means this is the final 50 yards for Davies. Meredith Davies, only a sophomore. We're seeing some really good young swimming talent.
All right, Davies finishes up with a 5 minutes, 40.16 seconds. An impressive time.
Meredith Davies really dominating this entire competition. She can just sit back and relax and wait for the rest to finish. Outstanding effort there from the sophomore. Still going. We have Morgan Molesworth for the Bucks in lane 5, pushing it. Catherine Berrytoon in lane 3 for the Buccaneers. Megan Sullivan, the freshman for Pennington, in lane 6. Catherine Berrytoon finishes up for Blair. Down here in lane 2 for Pennington, we have Abby Peresi.
I think there was a malfunction on the Wallace Pool scoreboard right now. So we will probably not show you the times because they're not quite right.
But the one time that was outstanding were the times of Berrytoon and Davies. Megan Sullivan finishing up for Pennington. I believe she still has a couple laps to go. Still cruising along here for the Red Raiders. So the top 5, first place, second place, third place, fourth place, and fifth place, all receive points in the individual races. A little bit different for the medleys. The top 3, I'm sorry, not for the medleys, for the relays. And the top 3 relays, the top 3 place finishers for the relays. First place gets 8 points, second place 4, and third place 2. And then the top 5 swimmers for individual races receive points. So 6 points for the first place winner, 4 points for the second place winner, 3 points for the third place winner, 2 points for the fourth place winner, and 1 point for the fifth place winner.
As Sullivan finishes up.
Finish up.
Those are
a great match so far here from Pennington. Great effort out of all of their swimmers. As the boys will now hop into the pool for their version of some sort of a marathon here.
Ugh. Is it ever?
Competitors for Blair, Chris Berrytoon, Catherine's brother, and Spencer Voss. McDougall, Bunn, and Mercando for Pennington. Berrytoon in lane 3, Voss in lane 5 for the Buccaneers. And they are
off and swimming.
Off and swimming in the pool for 20 laps of beautiful freestyle stroking.
Looks like Mercando is going to take the early lead, very close with Bunn in lanes 2 and 4 respectively.
Nick Bunn, a junior for the Red Raiders.
Chris Berry-Toon keeping pace with Bunn in lane 3. So it's very, very interesting. You'll see it seems like Mercando in lane 2 has opted for the quicker first leg.
Yeah, Cameron Mercando has been off to an early lead, so that after 2 laps, he's about a body length ahead of both Bunn and Berry-Toon.
Yeah, three seconds ahead of his teammate, Bunn.
So if you can keep this pace up, it's going to be tough to beat. But only 5 laps in, he's got 15 more to go. It'll be a very, very impressive feat. Coach Ward coaching him up.
He's really stretched out a pretty substantial lead. I wonder if he can keep this kind of pace over the next 200, 300 yards.
One thing I did notice that has become part of a swim meet is the intermittent yelling, which I find pretty interesting.
Oh, if you've never been to a swim meet, I'm surprised I'm not hearing more whistling. Whistling was very popular when I was doing work at the College of New Jersey. That anytime their heads would pop out of the water, you would just hear some parent or coach just with a piercing whistle.
Yeah, I especially during the butterfly, you can tell that there's a significant, or a breaststroke, there's a significant pause.
Yeah, for you
go
know, when
is
they
a
go
favorite
underwater.
expression. Push, another one.
Yeah, go, yeah.
So the Blair the Pennington girls lead the Blair girls by a score of 62-48. And the boys are ahead 64-30.
And at the halfway point, Mercando clocked in at 2:44.65. That's a 9-second lead over his teammate, Nick Bunn.
Cameron Mercando keeping up the pace. And really neck and neck are Berry-Toon and Bunn. So they are over the hump now into the second half of their 500-meter race, yard race. Shaping up to be a good, strong competition up in the top lanes in lanes 5 and 6. You'll see Spencer Voss and Tyler McDougall. McDougall with a slight edge over Voss. Voss starting to pick up the pace a little bit. The bottom of the screen, you'll see Mercando still cruising.
Yeah, and still pulling out more of a lead as well. I suspected because of his early pace in the beginning that he would suffer at the end, but that's not the case. He's pulled out to an 11-second lead over his teammate.
And Mercando might be the first winner of a heat not in lanes 3 or 4.
That would be correct if he keeps it up.
It's probably an interesting yet meaningless statistic.
You know, usually it's your fastest competitors are in lanes 3 and 4 in the middle.
I got to tell you, Derek, I feel like Mercando has actually picked up his pace here.
He has. He definitely has.
In lanes 3 and 4, you have Berry-Toon and you have Bunn, who are basically at the exact same pace. Spencer Voss is just a little bit ahead of McDougall at the top.
As we go into the final lap, Mercando's to win right now, but the race for second is what's really heating up.
Cameron Mercando is going to take home first place easily here. And we're going to look at Berry-Toon and Bunn. Bunn hits the wall first. Berry-Toon and Bunn neck and neck. This one's going to be tight. And Bunn will take it for the Red Raiders. Just ahead of the outstretched hand of Chris Berrytoon. Spencer Voss and McDougal at the top of the screen.
That race for second was decided by less than 4/10 of a second. As we see our replay now.
Slow motion here. Bunn just gets the touchpad ahead of Berrytoon, and that really was the pace for the entire race.
Sure. They were neck and neck in lanes 3 and 4 for the entire event, riding each other's wakes. They actually swapped second place it seemed like every other lap.
Spencer Voss is going to take home 5th place for the Buccaneers. Finishing it up, it's Tyler McDougal for Pennington.
That was going to be the longest event of the meet.
And that event swept by Pennington as Meredith Davies take it home for the girls, Cameron Mercando for the boys, and we will now move on to the 200 freestyle relay. So the pace will get picked up, the energy will get picked up, and the girls will start it off here. In lane 3 for Blair, Elizabeth Sexton, Kay O'Connor, Sam Shaw, Morgan Molesworth. In lane 5, Casey Whitty, Alex Sipples, Bryn Rhodes, and Emily Insana. For Pennington, Fitzgerald, Martinez, Campbell, Balsh, Long, Campbell, Pitteresi, and Brunk.
I just wanted to clarify, make a correction that was the longest individual event.
Right, as we have the
200 free relay and the final event, the 400 free relay.
Free relay, yep. Silence comes over Wallace Pool. We'll have 200 yards of straight sprints here. Fitzgerald in lane 4 for Pennington, out to an early lead. Sexton right behind her. Katie Martinez into the pool for the Red Raiders. And hopping in for Blair is Kay O'Connor. O'Connor trying to make up some ground here, and it looks like she's able to do so. And that was an excellent turn by Martinez. O'Connor keeping up. Making way for Sam Shaw. Shaw will hop into the pool, and it looks like they might have lost a second there on the exchange. Into the pool for Pennington is Campbell in lane 4. Brunk in, I believe, lane 1. So Campbell getting out to a huge lead for Pennington. Making the way for Balsh, who will try to finish it up here for the Red Raiders. Morgan Molesworth dives in for the Bucks. And then in lane 5, that's going to be Emily Insana. So Balsh will take it home for Pennington. Coming in second place, Morgan Molesworth for Blair. And the fight for third will go to Pennington, as Abby Pitteresi will finish for the Red Raiders. And then coming in for the Bucks, out in lane 5, that's Emily Insana. So the 200 free relay goes to Pennington as the boys will step on the blocks for Blair. There you see the scores for the boys and the girls. 62-48 on the girls' side, 75-35 on the boys' side. So the official times there for the relays. Just under 2 minutes, minute 59 seconds for the winning relay team for Pennington. It'll be Rizzuto, Gordon, Bunn, and Palumbi in lane 4. It's a very strong lane. On Gimbel, Martinez, and Mercando in lane 2. Lane 3 for Blair, Alfred Poon, Matt Collins, Jay Buzan, Kevin Pierce, J.V. Lewis, Derek Dumani, Tommy Pierce, and Bobby Tanaklathon in lane 5. Rizzuto off to a good start for Pennington, but Alfred Poon is right there with him.
Ready for the exchange is Gordon and Collins. Gordon in the pool, now Collins.
Gordon and Collins almost simultaneously hit the water. Collins making up some great ground with that dive. Gordon probably the biggest swimmer here. And he's going to build that lead for Pennington.
Yeah, an excellent turn by Gordon. It'll be Bunn coming in the pool next for Pennington and Buzan for Blair as Buzan enters the pool now.
Buzan, maybe the fastest sprinter here for Blair. Has a lot of ground to cover. But Bunn is cruising for Pennington.
Not far behind Buzan is Martinez. And in the pool for the final leg is Palumba.
Kevin Pierce into the pool for Blair, so it looks like it's going to be a battle for second place as it's Pierce and Mercando. Mercando just finished a 500-yard race.
I don't know how he's in this one. Got to be exhausted, but
it looks like Pierce taking a lead. And Pierce will come in second place for the Buccaneers. The 200 free relay record for Pennington is 1 minute 32 seconds. 132.64. And they came in at 134.6. So not exactly reaching their record, about 2 seconds off the pace. But nonetheless, a pretty convincing victory for the Red Raiders here in the 200 free relay.
So you can see on the screen now the race for second as Pierce just finishes a length and a half ahead of Mercando for second and third respectively.
So that record that is held for Pennington, Rizzuto, Palumbi, and Gordon were also a part of that. Nick Gorab, that was last year in the Easterns.
And we move on to the 100-yard backstroke.
So another bit of a sprint here for the girls. Karen Shee in lane 3 for Blair, Bryn Rhodes in lane 5. Gonzalez, Campbell, and Long in the pool for Pennington.
After the first 25 yards, it's Shee with about 2 feet of space ahead.
Shee with the lead, slight lead over Campbell. Great pace, great comfortable pace. Karen Shee, only a sophomore from Monmouth Beach, New Jersey.
As she extends her lead by nearly just over a second and a half here. Very good pace by Shee.
Shee extending her lead.
She looks incredibly buoyant in the water, almost bouncing in and out with every stroke.
She looking to finish this one strong. And Karen Shee will take home first place for Blair. Second place, Campbell for Pennington. In lane 2 for the Red Raiders, we have Long.
It is going to be a very close race for third between Long.
And looks like, I'm not sure, but it looked like Rhodes came in just ahead of Long, as Gonzalez finishes in lane 6 for Pennington. I'm going to try to take a look at the finish for third place.
It's another small malfunction on the clock inside Wallace Pool, but
so here we have Rhodes
at the top.
And ready to give that, I believe. Man, that's really close.
Long.
That is really close. It
yeah,
looks like Long might have gotten her fingertip. Might have been a tie, and we'll give that to Blair because we're at Blair. Back. McDougal, Freeman, Gimbel in the pool for Pennington. Paco Rubio and Spencer Voss for the Buccaneers. Paco Rubio, only a sophomore from Summit, New Jersey. Having a great season so far. Rubio in lane 3, Voss in lane 5. McDougal in lane 6 for Pennington, Freeman in lane 4, and Gimbel in lane 2. Gimbel, Rubio, Freeman, all right next to each other. And all on relatively the same pace.
It looks like it could be Gimbel. We'll check the clock as they come to the first 50 yards, but it might be Gimbel in lane 2, just over his teammate, and it is a 4/10 of a second.
Dougal and Spencer Voss, and it looks like Gimbel with a body's length lead over his teammate. So Gimbel will take home first for the Red Raiders. Coming in second place will be Freeman. Third place for Blair will be Paco Rubio. Spencer Voss trying to make up some ground, as Tyler McDougal will finish in fourth for Pennington. And Voss will finish it up for Blair. On to the breaststroke now. For the girls, we have Shay Lawless, Sam Shaw, Casey Whitty. Shay Lawless will be in lane 3. Sam Shaw will be in lane 5. Casey Whitty will be in lane 1. For Pennington, we will have Balsh in lane 6, Fitzgerald in lane 4, and Campbell in lane 2. Casey Whitty, a junior here at Blair from Hardwick, New Jersey.
Before they update the score now, as they just do. 177 for Pennington to 103 for Blair. So the swimmers take their mark.
Starting off a quick lead for Fitzgerald. But right there with her is Shay Lawless. Fitzgerald, a minimal lead for Pennington. Shay Lawless is really creeping up. Nina Fitzgerald, only a sophomore.
It's just a half a second deficit for Lawless to Fitzgerald.
Wallace, a junior from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Top of your screen, you'll see Sam Shaw neck and neck with Balch. And it looks like Nina Fitzgerald building a lead. And Fitzgerald will finish in first for Pennington, and right behind her is Shay Lawless. So now Sam Shaw fighting for third place.
It's between Shaw and Balch. I'm sorry, Shaw and Campbell.
And Casey Whitty will finish in lane 1 for Blair. Pennington takes another heat, as the boys will bring out Alfred Poon and Matt Collins for Blair. For Pennington, La Madrid, Freeman, and Kevin Yoon. This is Will Freeman, as opposed to Jack, who just finished the 100 backstroke. $80-60 is the score on the women's side, 97-43 on the men's side. Boys getting ready to take their blocks.
I think we're just waiting for the score to update.
They are ready to go. An early lead goes to Kevin Yoon at the bottom of your screen here in lane 2. Yeah, Will Freeman just behind him.
Yoon's dive was very efficient. He didn't come up too early or too late. He came up at the perfect time and was able to eke out an early lead right now of, let's check the clock, as he clocks in at a 31.53 and his teammate Freeman at a 33.06.
So now it's just a battle between Yoon and Freeman, as Poon travels behind them. In lane 5, Matt Collins for the Buccaneers. La Madrid in lane 6. Kevin Yoon is just crushing this race.
Yeah, incredibly quick pace right now. So Yoon will take this one with a 107.33, followed by his teammates. Freeman with a 110.44. Finishing in 4th for Blair with a 118.36 in lane 3 is Alfred Poon.
Poon coming in 3rd. Kevin Yoon in 1st place for Pennington. Yoon and Freeman having themselves a great day. And that's the final race of the day. It is our 400-yard freestyle relay. For the girls, on the Blair side, we will have Grace Middleton, Catherine Berrytoon, Karen Shee, and Shay Lawless in lane 3. Alex Sipples, Bryn Rhodes, Emily Insana, and Mallory Fahey in lane 5. And for Pennington, we will have Carrie Bonfield, Meredith Davies, Campbell, and Cly in lane 4. And in lane 2, Martinez, Pederesi, Brunk, and Campbell. So 400 yards is how many laps?
Oh,
What are we doing here?
Let's see. 400 by 4. That's 1,600 total yards. And I'm out of time. I got to call this game.
Good start for Blair. Grace Middleton takes the early lead. Middleton and Bonfield battling it out in the middle of the pool. Each swimmer gets 100. We have 16 laps in total. Sean Lerman, our producer, giving us a nod of approval. Controlling the cameras like a true champion today.
Yeah, really doing a great job. Thanks for the quick replays, Sean.
As we see Middleton, and Middleton gives Blair a nice lead to start off. Catherine Berrytoon now into the pool for the Buccaneers. This could be a huge positive way to finish this meet for Blair. Berrytoon now neck and neck with Meredith Davies. Berrytoon still enjoying a bit of a lead, as that was an excellent turn by Davies.
Davies might have just evened it up right here. She does as she passes our commentary booth.
And Davies will take a slight lead. And Berrytoon trying to make up for it.
Campbell on the blocks for Pennington. She awaiting Berrytoon's finish.
Karen Sheen, a first place winner earlier today for the backstroke. And she will try to make up for the lost time.
She does beautifully. That was an excellent dive by She.
So She now pretty much neck and neck.
Look at how
Campbell.
Just her feet are moving so much faster. She's doing such a better job of kicking.
She takes a slight lead over Campbell. So She can create an even bigger gap here, as she will make way for Shay Lawless when she comes back. So She about a body length ahead of Campbell.
Excellent pace by She right now. Certainly still pulling out a little bit of a lead, extending it.
This is incredibly impressive. Karen She, sophomore out of Monmouth Beach, New Jersey.
Lawless is about to enter the pool right now as She finishes up.
And She has put Lawless in an excellent position to take this home for the Buccaneers. Lauren Cly has a lot of ground to cover for the Red Raiders. And that's an excellent start by Lawless.
Lawless has to go right now. Cly's coming up quick.
Lawless still maintaining a bit of a lead, but Cly, as you said, is right there with her. And this is the final 50 yards as Cly is getting out to a big lead. Lauren Cly putting on the afterburners here. And it looks like Pennington will take this one.
Just under 4 minutes too. Very good time for Pennington.
And an excellent effort from Blair as well. The team of Middleton, Berrytoon, She, and Lawless barely falls to Bonfield, Davies, Campbell, and Cly. Karen She did an outstanding job putting Blair in a great position to try to take it home.
That third leg by She was awfully impressive to make up a 2-length deficit and actually give them a length and a half, nearly 2, for the final leg. Just couldn't hold on to it. Cly's just incredibly quick.
Got to give it up to Lauren Cly. Comes in a tough spot. Saves the day for Pennington here in the relay.
As finishing up now is Campbell in lane 2. And in lane 5 is Fahey.
Neely Campbell finishing it up. Sister Logan, brother Logan Campbell on the boys team. And finishing it up for Blair is Mallory Fahey in lane 5. So Pennington will take the 400 free relay for the girls, and the boys will now step up for the final race of the day. Kevin Pierce, Chris Berrytoon, Jay Buzan, and John Robinson, the 4 best sprinters for this Blair Buccaneer team. They'll be in lane 3. Tommy Pierce, Derek Dumani, Spencer Voss, and Ryan Stiefel will be in lane 5 for the Bucks. For Pennington in lane 4, Tyler McDougall. You have Kennedy, Lamadrin, and Smith. Then you have Freeman, Gimbel, Martinez, and Freeman in lane 2. So this one's sure to be energetic and exciting, as the last one was. Blair today swimming without Jovi Shum and Will Robinson, 2 of their strongest swimmers. Had some off the field, but off the pool? Out of the pool. Some really cool opportunities for Model UN, so they weren't able to make it to the swim meet today, and those are 2 of their strong swimmers, so I'm sure that Coach Brandwood wishes they were here for today's meet. But presumably they will be back for the 28th when we come back to cover their meet against High Point. And McDougall out to an early lead for Pennington. McDougall and Freeman. Pretty much staying with one another as Kevin Pierce trails slightly behind them. Kevin Pierce comfortably in 3rd place. Sorry, that was Rizzuto, not McDougall. So Gordon will hop into the pool now for Pennington, and Gordon is flying.
Gimbel keeping pace in lane 2, though. And in 3rd for Blair right now is Chris Berrytoon.
Berrytoon trying to make up some ground here as Gordon and Gimbel setting the pace for the Red Raiders. Tim Kennedy is in lane 6. Sorry for the confusion.
As Bunn just entered the pool for Pennington, as did Martinez. And about to jump in the pool is Buzan.
Jay Buzan, one of the stronger sprinters on this Blair Buccaneer team. As we said, he spent 4 years at Pennington before coming to Blair as a postgraduate. Buzan fitting in very nicely with this Blair Academy swim team.
And the final leg for Pennington. Palumbi enters. Freeman in next for Pennington. John Robinson in for Blair.
John Robinson, the brother of Will Robinson. Only a freshman here at Blair, has done some outstanding things in the pool. You see him diving in. From Hong Kong.
I think we're going to see a very quick time out of the lane 4 Pennington squad. 3:35.34, very quick time.
The team of Rizzuto, Gordon, Bunn, and Palumbi finishing first, 3 minutes 35 seconds.
Certainly not close to their team record set in 2008 with a 3:19, but a very respectable and fast time nonetheless.
Blair will come in third place, 3 minutes and 52 seconds, 3:52.19. That would be the team of Kevin Pierce, Chris Berrytoon, Jay Buzan, and John Robinson. As Ryan Stiefel will finish it off in lane 5 for the Bucks. Smith will be finishing in lane 6 for Pennington. And that will do it. Pennington will take this meet overall. The men winning 110-46 and the women winning 97-73. So some great efforts all across the pool today. We saw some great young talent. We saw some excellent individual efforts. Karen Shee getting first place notch for Blair. And a Kittatinny High School next on the list, and that will be the 22nd, which I believe is Wednesday. That'll be a home meet. Then they will go to Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I believe it's a quad meet. And I know Blair, among other schools, will be taking on St. Edward. And then the 4th and the 5th will be the state meets. For the boys on the 5th, for the girls fall to 5-2 on the year. The boys fall to 4-3 on the year. But as you see here, some tremendous opportunities to turn things around. A minor bump in the road on Wednesday as they take on Kittatinny. And as the season goes on, and hopefully bring some momentum into the state tournament and the Maple tournament. Coach Stone, everybody here at Blair, thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you Tuesday for Blair basketball against Pope John.